What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. I don't know whether it's that we're getting closer to the election or whether it's the fact that we have just had a string of victories, and victories for us mean a string of losses from them. They have still never recovered from the Acolyte being canceled. And then what with Concord shutting down after just 2 weeks and Alan Wake 2 never making a profit, and of course being one of the first games before Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League to make us all very well of Sweet Baby Inc. and those type of consultancy companies. So the people that behind that type of ideology, they're feeling away. We have seen, if you watch the earlier videos, organized attack campaigns, at least on the Star Wars front, against Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers and Ryan from Arcade Outpost, because again, the meltdown from Acolyte and other things just hasn't stopped, and Concord has pushed them over the edge on the gaming side of it, and that's what brings us to this, where after Alan Wake 2 has failed to turn a profit, the game's senior community manager calls for bigots. And the fun part about that is they get to decide who the bigots are, even while themselves acting bigoted, to be removed from gaming communities. And this actually all started over a conversation about Concord, ironically. And you can see here Daniel Ahmed saying the comments around Concord from right-wing, because it just turns out anyone that has a comment, they're all right-wing. Right-wing gamers shows the power of collective self-deception. You say delusional stuff about DEI enough times and build a conspiracy-focused narrative. They start seeing that false narrative everywhere. I guess we have to live with this now. And of course, the underlying emotional response is just standard bigotry and nothing new, except now there are grifters putting on a 4-act stage play about how capital owners have gone woke and therefore no longer care about the profit motive for so reason. Well, that is actually true. Or they thought they could switch out the profit motive from the funding from us to those ESG companies, but that's going away. Otherwise, Concord would still be going, wouldn't it, Danny? And here's this Khalif asshole. Prune all your gardens, push out bad actors, prepare your teams for the current conversion zeitgeist, conversation zeitgeist, which isn't happening. Give your community and social teams autonomy and resources to battle against toxicity, i.e., let them ban whoever they want as soon as they say something against pronouns or modern identity politics. Relay how all of this can impact the bottom line early to investors. Who the fuck are these investors? Who are these investors? The government funding you're getting? The ESG funding? Are those the investors you're talking about? Because most of the investors have not a clue of what is actually going on with their money. And there's the star of the show here. Here's Vita Starcivic. She is, of course, that head community manager for Alan Wake 2 and Remedy. And this is what brings us to this. What Koss said, but also uplift the good eggs, protect and support those who need it. Twitter has never been this full of accounts who are peddling hate 24/7, but it's still where a lot of the good part, i.e., she's complaining that Elon made it so that their side can't ban whoever they want. Getting bigots out of your communities is a band-aid and not a permanent solution. Modeling desired behaviors and championing the kinds of community members you want to be a part of. Blah, blah, blah. It's a standard tactic they go. And of course, this is all on top of the fact that they have never made their money back and they've had to jump around it at the time of these expense reports. And of course, it has nothing to do with the DEI elements. There's always another reason than the reasons we've been saying, even though we are consistently proven correct. I mean, even Remedy at this point has stopped sharing their sales figures. It's just funny. And here we come to the end of it where Savvy, she posts a collection of all the dumb shit that this Vita has said, that if you can't tell, it's very much bigoted and toxic in her own. Of course, it's for the people she supports, so when they do it, it's not bad. So here's Savi saying, I wouldn't dream of speaking such words when you make decisions based on shallow requirements. A community manager for a game company or any in general should not show preference for one sex or another, as it can impact your biases when handling customers. I also wouldn't expect a community manager to understand the basics of marketing, but when it comes to managing talent and pitching it for paid opportunities, generally they look to the top streamers in the category. If you're working with an American company, chances are the top American streamers under them might be white. That doesn't mean white streamers are the only popular ones. It just means, demographically speaking, they hit the numbers a campaign might be looking for. If you worked with the Chinese agency, all of the people on that list would be Chinese. Yes, America is diverse, but there are still demographic percentages, and the tippy top people, think I Show Speed and others, probably go for different sponsorships when marketing a game. You aren't trying to do your friends a favor. You're trying to get as many eyes on the product as possible. But hey, you state your focus is to befriend all the writers of wherever you work so you can get whatever you want. To heck with everyone else, huh? Selfishness doesn't belong in a company and can actively hurt it. But thanks for letting us know Alan Wake wasn't for everyone. And to think you have a tweet that is so close to getting it, so close to the vapid nature of corporations, and yet you're so very far. Someone who cannot empathize with others and relies solely on sex, gender, skin color, and sexuality is truly a bigot. And you're right, should be ignored. So tell me, are your words an example of how others should act? Should I become a community manager and befriend all the writers to get 10-foot tall, large-breasted women with blue skin into all of the stories? Yep, and that's basically how it goes. If you want to get the bigots out of communities, I suggest we start with almost every single community manager. Let me know what you think of all this. Sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're gonna do that, thank you. And
well, bye.